Gonna do a cruise descent, 1,000 RPM.
And it's important for your flight test to be entering the upwind and the downwind
At pattern
at
altitude.
pattern altitude. So there might be somebody in the traffic pattern. There isn't today, but there could be. Crosswind, downwind,
Right.
turning base out here, turning final. And you're
Let's
this
stay
side
clear.
of them. So you might want to make another call at this point saying that you're 2 north or 2 northwest, maneuvering for the upwind to 19. You have the traffic on final in sight.
Level out at 3,000.
Now you want to maneuver closer to the runway. Because what you want to do is time your turn over the top behind any traffic in the pattern. And if there's somebody on crosswind right now and about to turn downwind, to make it happen, you might want to slow it down and do slow flight right here so that when you got midfield, you can make a turn behind that person. Okay, so let's make a short field landing over an obstacle, touchdown 3 lines past the intersection.
Short field over an obstacle. I'm going to stay about 100 feet higher on my final.
Hold the nose up and slow down to 80. So that you don't lose altitude so quickly. You want to turn final at 2750 instead of 26.
And point area traffic, Cessna 3082 Echo, turning base, runway 19, touch and go.
Slow it down to 75. You can lower the first notch and keep the nose where it is. That'll slow you down.
Okay, here's my final one.
Second notch. And now you're just a touch high, so get all the flaps down.
Already?
Yep. Sure. All the way down.
Over an obstacle. I thought I was going to wait a little bit.
Well, you
I
can
guess
see our glide angle. We're coming right down over an obstacle very nicely now. So you just control the glide angle with power. Keep the speed at 65.
This is pretty good, actually.
And then trim it up. Make sure you're trimmed. What you'd like to do is come down maybe a line short of that intersection so that you, on your flare you can extend to the third line. Watch the airspeed. Keep it at 65. If it goes too much faster, you're going to have a longer float. Then flaps up and brake firmly to a stop. You don't want to
Wow, it's kind of icy too.
firm braking to a stop. Okay, so let's do another soft field takeoff.
Okay. Full Brit, no. Rolling. Turn on, I'm rolling.
What else do you need to do?
Add 10 degrees of flaps, and I need to add full power right when I'm on the runway.
Okay, good.
I'm going to take off prematurely into the ground effect.
Full back pressure, get the nose off the runway. It's going to fly off in its own, and as it lifts off, push forward and level out of the ground effect. Okay, keep the speed right
60,
keep it right at 60.
I'm out of VX.
It's going to be a shallower climb because you have those flaps down. Once you're well above the trees, a positive rate of climb, flaps up.
Now I'm going to climb out.
The short field landing and the no flap landing are spot landings. The soft field landing is not. So it doesn't matter if you're exactly where you want to touch.
So what are we doing this time?
A soft field landing. So you fly it like you did the short field landing, pretty much. Doesn't have to be quite as steep a glide path, but.
And then you just keep the nose up the
And
whole
then,
time.
as always, you touch down with the nose above the ground. That's not any different. But then you increase the back pressure to hold it off the ground as long as possible. Looking to your right for the traffic. Planning your approach.
We're a
Now,
little high.
well, then compensate by lowering more flaps and power back off more.
Standpoint area traffic, Cessna 3082 Echo, short final, runway 19, touch.
And as always, have a general idea of where you want to touch down
Okay, I'm going to...
and adjust the power to achieve that.
I think touching down right at that intersection is a good spot.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Keeps you
We're
above
a
these
little
trees on final.
fast. A little fast.
Now bring up the power just about 100 RPM. A little bit less, a little less, a little less. Right like that. I'll hold us off.
Oh, that was
Hold us off. Hold us
Point area
off.
traffic sky 73054, 2,900 feet.
Okay, short field takeoff. No.
full brakes, full power. And take off early into the ground effect, level out till I have a speed of 60, and I'm going to climb out of VY.
Okay. Okay, you're approaching 40. Raise the nose. Let it fly right off. Lower the nose as you break ground. Lower the nose and the ground effect. Good. Climb out at 65, 70. Inbound traffic.
Standpoint area traffic, Cessna 3082 Echo, just off 19, turning crosswind, looking for the inbound traffic. Standpoint.
I got it.
And now I hear you. I got you in sight, and I can come behind you in a left downwind for 19 for Skag 0.
Wind 19.
Standpoint traffic, 82 Echo, turning downwind, runway 19. So, since we made contact, he chose what he's going to do, so we turned right in front of him.
Well, he was way out over the Lung Bridge, so it was clearly we could turn in front of him. Okay. There was no conflict doing that.
Standby traffic, Skag 73054, just at the north end of the Long Bridge. We will follow the number 1 traffic for number 2, runway 19, full stop, standby.
He's the same type airplane, so the same speed.
Okay. Now, if that was a Baron, we might want to extend.
A Baron or a jet, he's going to be closing faster. So we could widen out to the right and let him in front of us. Okay, so we're going to do a no-flap landing. We'll turn our final further out at 2,800 feet. Practice a slip to the VASI, and then come in and try to touch down 3 lines past the intersection. So slow it down to 70 as usual, but keep the vertical speed at about 0 or 100 feet. Ease it down to about 2,800 as you turn final over those blue roofs over there. A little bit further out than those announcements.
Clear, turning base, or final actually. Standpoint area traffic, Cessna 3082 Echo, short final, runway 19, touch and go.
Okay, now let's do a slip. Power all the way back. Want to be sure you're power off glide.
Okay.
Full right rudder.
Going into it.
Keep the speed at 70. Now we can see we're on the VASI. Neutralize the controls and just come in. That's all you have to do. It's just a short demonstration of a slip. Stay on the VASI. We have some trees out here. You don't want to be scraping the trees.
Add a little power.
And you're a little fast, so raise the nose. Start slowing this to 70.
Now I want to spot that landing right on the numbers so I can land.
Yeah, you'd like to be able to come down on the numbers. Maybe instead of 3, you can say 4 or 5 lines. That'll give you more.
Standby traffic, Skag 054, base to final for 19, full stop.
But you're looking good. Bring it down really close and hold it off. Just hold it off. If you have to, you can add some power. Add a little bit of power, quickly. Hold it off, hold it off, hold it off, hold it off. Let it come down. Perfect. We have this guy be...
Standpoint area traffic, Cessna 3082 Echo, base, runway 19, full stop. Sam.
This time you're a little higher. Power all the way back right away. As you go into the slip, monitor the airspeed. Keep it at 70. Full right rudder on. That's
trying to get back.
I know. I understand. Full right rudder is constant. Just vary the aileron. Bring it down onto the VASI and then neutralize. There's the VASI. Now try to keep the speed at 70. Control your rate of descent with power. Be aware of some trees down here. You have to be very careful.
Especially with that sun.
Yep. So it may be better to choose a point further down the runway. You can always taxi back if you're too long. Then last time we had to add some power. This time you'll have to do the same. Start bringing in the power right away. Bring it really close to the runway so you can get it down when you want to. A little more power. Hold us off. Hold us off. Hold us off. Hold us off. Now let it down.